Greetings, silent warrior. Yes, you, the one who wears a smile in the light, yet engages in unseen battles when darkness falls, the one who has confronted demons hidden from the eyes of others. You have shown remarkable strength for an extended period, and now your own thoughts seem to turn against you. In life, we encounter two formidable battles, one against the world and another within the confines of our own minds. The harsh reality is that the internal struggle is the most perilous, for while external circumstances may inflict pain, it is our thoughts that perpetuate that suffering. One might find themselves in a serene space, devoid of adversaries and threats, yet still be enveloped by the shadows of fear, regret, anger, and shame. What is the reason behind this? The conflict resides within your mind. There are days when the facade of normalcy holds, yet within, your thoughts relentlessly wage war against you. A solitary negative thought begins to fester, spreading its toxic influence. I lack the necessary skills. I consistently find myself entangled in blunders. It seems they harbor a certain disfavor towards me. These thoughts begin as mere whispers, yet if left unchecked, they can swell and engulf your very essence. In that realm, Stoicism transforms into a formidable weapon. In the midst of tumultuous eras, figures such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca navigated the trials of war, slavery, exile, and betrayal. Yet, they uncovered a truth that eludes the understanding of many in today's world. While the world may be beyond your grasp, your response to it remains firmly within your control. In the words of Marcus Aurelius from his Meditations, the true power lies within your mind, not in the external circumstances that surround you. Recognize this truth, and you shall discover your inner strength. Allow that to resonate. Wealth is not a prerequisite. Perfection is not a requirement. It's not necessary to exert control over every circumstance. One must cultivate the ability to respond thoughtfully, rather than merely reacting impulsively. You are not defined by your negative thoughts. As the observer, you hold the power to determine their duration in your presence. This video is not intended for those seeking a fleeting moment of comfort. This is for the brave soul prepared to break free from the burdens of their own thoughts. This is for the individual weary of the whisper that insists you're not enough. In the forthcoming 7 chapters, we shall dissect the most ruthless mental traps that nurture your negative thoughts and explore how Stoic philosophy equips you with the precise tools to obliterate them. Engage with this video beyond mere observation. Examine it closely. To attain peace, clarity, and inner strength, ensure that you embrace every aspect without omission. Every section constructs upon the previous one. Before we embark on this journey, I invite you to share this affirmation in the comments. I am stronger than my negative thoughts. Appreciate this video, pass it along to someone meaningful in your life. Subscribe if you're committed to personal development. And now, let's conquer those negative thoughts, one Stoic principle at a time. First and foremost, you are not defined by your thoughts. Let us commence with the paramount truth. Your thoughts do not define you. At first glance, this may seem peculiar, as we have been conditioned to think that every thought we entertain is intrinsically tied to our identity. Pause for a moment and reflect. What is the number of random, frightening, bizarre, or distressing thoughts that flit through your mind each day? If all of those were you, then you would find yourself shifting identities with every passing minute. Stoicism imparts a profound yet straightforward concept. The mind comprises 2 facets: the events that unfold and the manner in which you choose to react to them. Negative thoughts are bound to arise. That is quite typical. What truly counts is how you choose to act upon them. Epictetus once remarked that it is not the events themselves that unsettle us, but rather our perceptions of them. This implies that even when a painful thought crosses your mind, such as feelings of failure, self-doubt, or abandonment, that thought transforms into suffering only if you choose to believe it. Otherwise, it remains merely a cacophony. Imagine, if you will, a dark cloud looming ominously in the sky. One does not flee in terror at the mere possibility of rain. You observe it, make any necessary preparations, and then proceed onward. You should approach your negative thoughts in that manner. Recognize, release, move on. Many individuals allow a single thought to define who they are. I entertained a thought steeped in anxiety, leading me to conclude that I must embody an anxious disposition. A fleeting negative thought crossed my mind regarding my relationship, leading me to believe it must be at an end. Indeed, thoughts do not equate to facts. These are merely suggestions, not directives. Envision your mind as a radio station. Merely hearing a song does not obligate one to sway to its rhythm. Discover the art of switching the channel. An excellent practice derived from Stoic philosophy involves transcribing your unsettling thoughts onto paper and scrutinizing them, as if you were a judge in a courtroom. Inquire, is this entirely accurate? What is the proof? How might Marcus Aurelius respond to this situation? Will this hold significance in 5 years? Ultimately, you may come to understand that your thoughts carried little significance. It simply bore a weighty presence. Consider a different approach. Categorize your thoughts rather than claiming them as your own. Do not declare yourself a failure. I find myself grappling with the notion that I have fallen short. In that space, power emerges. Keep in mind that your thoughts do not define you. You embody the vastness of the sky. Thoughts drift like clouds. Cease the futile struggle against what is real. At the heart of negative thinking lies a profound truth, the struggle against what exists. One does not endure pain solely due to the occurrence of misfortune. Your anguish stems from the relentless whispers of your mind, insisting that this should never have occurred. A severed bond, a treachery unveiled, a chance forever slipped away. We convince ourselves that it was never meant to unfold in this manner. That resistance morphs into a form of mental torment. Yet, the Stoics imparted a profound lesson. While pain is an inevitability, suffering remains a choice. Suffering emerges the moment we engage in a dispute with reality. Epictetus articulated it with precision. Do not strive to mold events to your desires. Rather, embrace them as they unfold, and your life will flourish. It is important to recognize that this does not imply one should revel in suffering or feign contentment. What it signifies is to cease expending energy on attempting to alter the past or to rewrite what has already come to pass. What has transpired has indeed transpired. Embrace the reality and then contemplate your next steps. Consider this. A figure drenched in the downpour may wail, weep, and rail against the heavens. Alternatively, they may embrace their dampness, don a coat, and continue on their journey. Which path do you wish to choose? Many negative thoughts arise from a longing for a different past. What caused their departure from my life? What compelled me to utter those words? Had I but seized that opportunity? Yet, none of these reflections alter the occurrence. They merely sustain the agony. The Stoics refer to this as the practice of amor fati, an embrace of one's fate. It signifies embracing reality, even amidst the pain. What is the reason behind this? The event lies beyond your grasp, yet your reaction remains entirely within your power. Consider a scenario. Imagine facing the disappointment of failing an exam or witnessing your business idea crumble. A pessimistic mind will declare, "I am of no value. I will never achieve success." A Stoic mind recognizes this as a fleeting moment, not an irrevocable fate. What insights might it offer me? Embrace the moment. Harness its power. Here lies a tool. Whenever your thoughts begin to whisper that this shouldn't have occurred, seize that moment and declare aloud, "But it did." What comes next? That single phrase reignites your strength, as you cease to be a victim and reclaim your role as the creator of your own narrative. And here lies the truth you must hold close to your heart. True peace is not born from the absence of flaws in life. Serenity arises from embracing reality while resolutely deciding to advance. Please leave this affirmation in the comments section. I embrace reality and evolve through it. Thirdly, refrain from placing your trust in the initial emotion that arises. A grave error is committed by the majority. They regard their initial feeling as the ultimate reality. Yet, Stoicism imparts this essential ability. The initial sensation does not equate to ultimate understanding. Anger, fear, jealousy, sadness, these are but mere reactions. Reactions tend to be boisterous, chaotic, and often devoid of reason. To heed your initial emotion without question is to invite a tumultuous ride through the highs and lows of existence. Envision emotions as waves. The initial one falters dramatically, yet it invariably endures. By choosing to wait, reflect, and observe rather than rush into action, you emerge victorious. Amidst the relentless pressures of his reign, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, penned these thoughts. The foremost principle is to maintain a serene disposition. The second is to confront reality directly and recognize it for what it truly is. Envision the sovereign of the globe, quietly urging himself to maintain composure and delve beneath the surface. Imagine a scenario where your friend overlooks your message. One might initially think, they are indifferent to my existence. However, should you choose to wait an hour, you might discover that they were occupied, unwell, or simply overlooked the matter. Had you succumbed to that initial feeling, you could have jeopardized a valuable friendship. This is the exercise. When a negative emotion arises, take a moment to pause, identify it, and postpone your response. One might experience anger, yet that does not necessarily imply correctness. Though fear grips me, it does not signify that peril is at hand. Jealousy stirs within me, yet it does not diminish my worth. Your emotions serve as signals, not commands. One more Stoic approach is to adopt the perspective of the view from above. This is the moment when you expand your perspective. Rather than examining the issue in intimate detail, envision yourself observing it from a distance. Envision gazing down at your existence from the vastness of space. In an instant, that mortifying incident or heated dispute appears trivial. It offers a unique vantage point. Perspective alleviates needless suffering. Furthermore, rehearse this phrase. Allow me a moment before I respond. That brief phrase has preserved careers, nurtured marriages, fortified friendships, and, above all, safeguarded your tranquility. And keep in mind, experiencing emotions does not signify weakness. True wisdom lies in the ability to resist their control over you. Please leave this affirmation in the comments section. In a moment of stillness, I make my selection. I respond with intention. The tales that unfold. Number 4. You convince yourself that you are the architect of your own suffering. Often, it is not the circumstances that shatter you. The narrative you weave around it defines your experience. Upon facing rejection, the mind whispers, "They never truly cared for me. I shall forever remain in solitude." A misstep at work whispers to the mind, declaring you a failure. You lack the ability. This is the snare. You conflate facts with interpretations. The Stoics grasped this profound truth with remarkable clarity. Marcus Aurelius once articulated that if you find yourself troubled by any external circumstance, it is not the circumstance itself that causes your distress, but rather your perception of it. At any moment, you hold the power to revoke this. Let us take a moment to reflect and delve deeper into that. What stings the most isn't the rejection, the silence, the failure, or the delay. The significance you impart to it is what truly matters. Many of those interpretations are mere fabrications, woven from threads of fear, insecurity, or the shadows of past trauma. Your superior responds with a brief message. You believe they harbor animosity towards you. A companion fails to extend an invitation to you. You believe you lack worth. The outcome you sought eluded you. You believe success is beyond your reach. Yet, what if all of that is merely a fabrication? One of the most potent strategies for dispelling negative thoughts is to distinguish the event from the narrative surrounding it. This is the way to accomplish it. First, document the events as they unfolded, capturing only the unembellished truth. It has been 2 days since my message went unanswered. Next, capture the narrative your imagination is weaving. It seems they hold no regard for my existence. They seem to be steering clear of my presence. 3. Now confront that narrative. Do I truly grasp the veracity of this? Might there be another potential explanation? Have I ever postponed messages for reasons entirely unrelated to the individual? Frequently, engaging in this exercise allows you to understand that your thoughts do not necessarily reflect reality. The essence of the Stoic mindset is revealed. Adversity may strike, yet it does not shape your essence. You shape the significance of events that unfold. In that very power, You mold the landscape of your emotions. Channel your thoughts towards healing, not harm. Your mind weaves tales, yet you hold the pen of refinement. A discerning editor ensures that untruths never make it to publication. When your thoughts begin to spiral, take a moment to pause, delve deeper, and rewrite the narrative, for you are not defined by the pain. You are the one crafting a new version of the page. Please leave this affirmation in the comments section. I wield the narrative. I embrace tranquility instead of turmoil. The fifth point is that your surroundings nourish your internal conversation. Let us speak with unvarnished truth. Your environment shapes your thoughts, and most pessimistic perspectives are not innate. They are shaped by toxic environments. The individuals you surround yourself with, the media you engage with, the routines you establish. Each of these elements nourishes your inner dialogue. When enveloped by noise, drama, chaos, and pessimism, your mind inevitably mirrors that turmoil. Seneca, a figure of profound wisdom among the Stoics, cautioned to surround oneself with those who are inclined to elevate your character. Embrace those individuals whom you have the power to uplift and enhance. This transcended mere friendship. The subject at hand revolved around the concept of mental hygiene. If your mind resembles a garden, who are you allowing to sow seeds within it? Let us dissect it. Individuals who exude negativity. When you find yourself in the company of those who incessantly complain, gossip, or demean others, their mindset begins to seep into your own consciousness. Your mind reflects the sounds it encounters most frequently. Poisonous platforms of social interaction. As you navigate through content that evokes feelings of insecurity, anger, or shame, your mind may find itself ensnared in a cycle of low-vibration thoughts. Disordered environments, a chaotic room, a cluttered desk, or a noisy household can heighten stress and obscure clarity. The Stoics embraced simplicity and order, understanding that external chaos inevitably breeds internal turmoil. Here lies a truth that stings. One cannot extinguish negative thoughts while nurturing them daily. Commence an environmental detox. Contemplate the individuals in your life. Who leaves you feeling depleted, and who brings you a sense of tranquility? What is the content that I am currently viewing? Does it ignite a spark within me, or does it cast a shadow over my spirit? Is my environment fostering clarity of thought, or is it contributing to my anxiety? The Stoics engaged with more than mere philosophy. They concentrated on the framework, uncomplicated rituals, tidy environments, and conversations that held significance. They understood that external discipline fostered a sense of internal calm. Take on this challenge. Embrace a week free from gossip, drama, and the endless scroll of negativity. Organize your space. Disengage from accounts that ignite the urge to compare. Surround yourself with those who genuinely seek to evolve. Prepare to be astonished by the profound stillness that envelopes your mind, not due to the vanishing of thoughts, but rather because you have ceased to nourish the tempest within. Number 6. You are weary, not shattered. At times, your negative thoughts do not necessarily indicate a flaw within you. It signifies a weariness that transcends the physical realm, encompassing emotional, mental, and even spiritual exhaustion. In moments of fatigue, the weight of the world seems to press down harder, distorting reality into something far more daunting than it truly is. Your interpretation of the texts is flawed. Your mind tends to dwell on choices. You believe that others are opposed to you. Your thoughts swirl like a tempest, not from a place of weakness, but from the depths of exhaustion. The Stoics grasped this concept profoundly. They delved deeper than mere discussions of mindset. They discussed the importance of conserving one's energy. Marcus Aurelius reflected that if you find yourself troubled by something outside of you, the anguish does not stem from the external source itself, but rather from your perception of it, a perception you can choose to alter at any time. Yet, how can one alleviate that anguish if sleep has eluded them, if rest remains a distant dream, if moments of stillness have been forsaken? Many individuals attempt to reason their way through a tempest, yet what they truly require is healing, not an influx of thoughts. The clamor of negative thoughts intensifies in the absence of sleep. Your nourishment has been lacking. Days have slipped by without a hint of exercise. You find yourself inundated with noise, the incessant buzz of social media, and the weight of expectation. You have not carved out moments for solitude. There's no need to constantly adjust your thoughts. At times, it becomes essential to grant your nervous system a moment of respite. Stoicism does not equate to becoming a mere automaton. It revolves around the principles of rationality and responsibility in the management of your energy. Even Epictetus, the proponent of discipline, cautioned his students that it is futile for a man to learn what he believes he already knows. When your mind is cluttered, fatigued, and burdened, the pathways to learning, growth, and clear thinking become obstructed. Bestow upon yourself this precious gift. Retire early this evening. Embark on a 20-minute stroll outdoors, leaving your phone behind. Refuse to engage in that which depletes your energy. Jot down your concerns and then distance yourself from them. You are not shattered. You find yourself utterly overwhelmed. Cease to regard exhaustion as a sign of frailty. Consider it a sign. Now is the moment to find solace in stillness. It is time to replenish. Negative thoughts frequently dissipate, not due to your triumph over them, but rather because you cease to operate on fumes. Please share this affirmation in the comments section. I remain whole. I find myself in a state of repose. Seventhly, gratitude vanquishes negativity. You may find this rather unexpected. Gratitude transcends mere positive thinking. It serves as a formidable tool, one that obliterates the very foundations of detrimental thinking. What is the reason behind this? Gratitude compels you to acknowledge the reality around you, rather than merely focusing on what is absent. When your thoughts are ensnared in negativity, they forge a narrow tunnel of perception. Everything seems to be falling apart. It seems as though everyone surpasses me. Life often presents us with inequities. Yet, as soon as you articulate what is flourishing, that tunnel begins to fissure. Seneca penned, "It is not the man who possesses too little, but the man who yearns for more, that is truly impoverished." Much of negative thinking stems from a sense of lack, an impression that something essential is absent. Yet, gratitude serves as a gentle reminder that you possess an abundance already. This is not a matter of turning a blind eye to issues. It revolves around finding equilibrium in your viewpoint. In your darkest hours, ponder the question, what am I overlooking in this very moment? What do I possess today that I once longed for? Whom do I still have by my side? Pen it down, a single line. That is all it requires to begin the transformation. Imagine finding yourself adrift in the vast sea of your professional journey. That is indeed genuine. Yet perhaps, just perhaps, you find yourself healthy, secure, nourished, and in the pursuit of knowledge. Your relationship may be facing challenges, yet perhaps you have unearthed your own resilience, established boundaries, and recognized your self-worth. Gratitude transcends a mere facade of happiness. It's not about feigning that all is well. It's confronting existence head-on and acknowledging the pain, yet still opting to embrace what lies before me. Here lies the profound reality. Negative thoughts flourish in the fertile ground of oblivion. When you overlook your blessings, your victories, your tales of resilience, you succumb to the falsehood that life is solely a tapestry of suffering. Therefore, take a moment to recall. Transform it into a sacred practice. Each morning or evening, take a moment to jot down 3 little things that fill you with gratitude. Here are several suggestions to steer you in the right direction. A breath, a meal, a memory, a person, a small victory. A realization will begin to dawn upon you. The tightness in your chest will eventually ease. The fog that clouds your mind will dissipate, for gratitude serves as your anchor, preventing you from succumbing to the tempest. If you have journeyed to this point, grasp this truth. Your journey towards dispelling negative thoughts has begun, for awareness serves as the initial incision, and it is precisely this clarity that Stoicism bestows upon you. This is not about completely eliminating negative thoughts from our minds. That lacks realism. The Stoics never sought perfection. Their goal was to engage in practice. You have acquired that knowledge. Your thoughts do not define you. One stands as the observer. There is no need to contend with the truth of existence. Embrace the journey and flourish. The initial feeling you experience may not necessarily reflect your true reality. Stop, contemplate, decide. The narratives that dwell within your mind are merely that, narratives. Revise them. The significance of your surroundings cannot be overstated. Declutter your space to clear your thoughts. Exhaustion does not equate to defeat. At times, repose serves as the remedy. Above all, gratitude serves as your shield against the shadows. Marcus Aurelius encountered loss, betrayal, and stress that few can truly fathom. Yet, he committed to writing daily, honing his thoughts in pursuit of tranquility. Thus, cultivate yours each day, quietly, powerfully. There's no need for volume. Not everyone needs to grasp your perspective. Simply continue to be present for your thoughts, and watch as your life starts to change. And if no one has reminded you today, you are achieving more than you realize. Not due to the absence of flaws, but because you possess awareness. From the depths of awareness, transformation unfolds. To vanquish negative thinking, one must not wield force, but rather embrace daily clarity, cultivate inner silence, and harness the strength of Stoicism. If this video has been beneficial to you, consider liking it to ensure that more individuals can discover it. Share your favorite point or quote. Pass this along to someone in search of tranquility. Join us on this journey as we cultivate a Stoic mind together. Concluding affirmation regarding the remarks. The power of my mind is unparalleled.